Okay, back again, super quick video on problems I'm having with FFmpeg and speed. So I'm still working through processing the video before last through this new pipeline and seeing if this split the screen and put everything back together approach works. It's a 1.36 gigabyte source video, and then I have been running each of the scripts one by one, and the video is just taking an insane amount of time. So you can see here pre-flight 1.3 gig, it's got the size, 26 minutes. Chewing up the disk space here, so you can see like the space requirements massively gone up. And then that first script that I've changed, where it was just doing audio and now it's going dump out the videos as well. It's insane. Took a huge amount of time. Although the left side with the webcam maybe took 20 minutes, whereas the right side took 5 minutes. The text silence is also taking a long time now. I'm going to get a progress bar in on that. And then recompose again took a huge amount of time. That's got the progress bars, so I could at least I could see it. And then I've just run transcript, which narrowly came in at 24 megabytes, and that's where I'm up to. So while this was chugging along, I had a chat with Claude and went, hey, I'm running FFmpeg code to extract the left side of a 20-minute double HD video. Sorry, there's a mosquito. Kill it. But it's taking a huge amount of time anyway to speed it up. So this is a filter. It's going to do a crop. libx264 is H264, the codec. CRF's the quality. Presets to do with quality. A is the audio codec, AAC. BA is the bitrate 192K. So a few things that will speed this up significantly. Faster preset. Not sure I want to do that on the intermediate files. Happy to do it at the end. So maybe not. This is the biggie. Use GPU encoding. If you have NVIDIA GPU, use H264 NVENcoder. When I run this on the PC, it will use this. I imagine it will be just insanely fast. Note the settings are different. So it's got like a different value for preset, like P4 for NVIDIA encoding. And then another different value for CRF, which is CQ. So that's a bit tricky. For Apple Silicon, which is what I'm on at the moment, H264 VideoToolbox. So it's telling me stop using libh264. Maybe look at this. So I'm going to come back to this. Copy the audio instead of re-encoding it. You're re-encoding audio to AAC unnecessarily if the source is already AAC. I'll look at that. And then skip re-encoding video entirely if quality loss is acceptable. Not so fussed about that. And then I wrote this, which sounds like a dumb question because an M1 wouldn't have an NVIDIA GPU. It doesn't. M1s use Apple Silicon, which is an integrated GPU. There's no NVIDIA option. Use Toolbox instead. That's Apple's hardware encoder, and that will give you the same kind of speed up. So whip this out quick, a little PRD. Abstract calls to run FFmpeg, because there's still calls in these scripts calling that, to use run FFmpeg with progress. That will spit me out the progress bar on every call. Make this detect the operating system and computer capabilities to use specific codecs for video. H264 VideoToolbox for Mac and NVIDIA for NVIDIA GPU. Avoid dependencies for detection if possible. This needs to work on both Windows and Macs. Don't worry about this bit. I haven't run it through. This one's important because what I don't want to do is have this running, trying to install some NVIDIA Python package, which is huge and tends to not be easy to deploy and whatnot. So it's done that. So pasted that in. It asked me a couple of questions, and then it's come back and it's gone, okay, cool. Tests for the encoder detects that as an override in config I can add. So it's going to use VideoToolbox, Mac OS, NVIDIA, Windows, and then fall back to libx264. Result cached after first call. Get encoder flags. So all these different values that each of the scripts was sending, it's going to set those per codec. So it's gone ahead and implemented this. I'm going to have to check the quality of each of these. So stuff in common. Let me kill the extra tab window here. So a whole bunch of stuff like this, mapping preset values, detecting the encoder. Yeah, that's cool. So it's using FFmpeg to detect the encoders. Great, hopefully that works. Get encoder flags, and then all the calls, process footage, etc. Call that detect video encoder, and then are now calling run FFmpeg with progress, where before they were passing in these quality settings, now it just calls that, which is great. Audio might still need a little bit of treatment, but hopefully this will fix this and speed it up, because it's like, I know I've been saying all along that I don't really care about speed, but this is insane. But I think that VideoToolbox encoder for the Mac here will do all the heavy lifting without changing any other setting. So expecting good things from that. I'll leave it there. I'm going to continue testing. I want to still work through converting that video through this whole process and get to the shorts and see what it spits out with the setup that we did in the one before, and then we'll pick up from there.